wanna get high, man?
Let's stimulate your mind.
Get up, Chucky!
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
Rojan Kim.
California dreaming.
Hello and welcome to the Rojan Kim cast. It's me, your host, Rojan Kim. You're joining me today. This is my first Zoom interview that I've done post-quarantine time. I'm trying this out, so if there's any hiccups or whatever, hopefully there won't be any problems. So please forgive me for that. But please welcome my guest today, comedian Jared Levin.
What's up? Yeah, man. It's recording. Gonna get canceled during this quarantine.
Fuck yeah, you're gonna get banned from more clubs, Jared.
Yeah.
Any more clubs, dude.
You'll be like, Kenny lying.
Fuck Kenny lying, bro. I got banned from clubs that aren't even open yet. That's what you got.
Hollywood club comedy. That's the
There was a whole new club opening in Hollywood, and they didn't even fucking have the kitchen staff before they banned Jared. Man, they fucking
didn't start their slotted site yet.
Hey, dude, have you heard about how Flappers is charging for those slotted mics? They're doing Zoom mics on slotted and charging.
Dude, Flappers will figure any way to make money off of starving comics.
They really are like the American Psycho of the comedy club world. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck, dude. They'll make a buck off of you. They're on the way up and on the way down. Yeah. It's dope, man. They they put food outside and they have comics deliver it and shit. And then they fucking make the comics do a little dance for you and shit. I mean, and this is actually not even a joke. They actually
no, it's not.
Like, yeah. They're like, hey, make our comics do a little dance for you, fucking throw some change. It's fucking crazy. It's like, but I guess that's how you survive. I mean,
dude, we will pay you in 5 minutes stage time, Yoo-hoo room. Maybe Uncle Clyde's.
Right. I mean, on Zoom, of course, not actually at the class.
Yeah. Oh no. No. Yoo-hoo room's for the elite.
Or like, maybe instead of stage time, what you do is you get to be part of their Uber Eats delivery staff. You know what I mean? Instead of stage time, they just throw you a few hours of work to deliver shit. I mean, I don't know. That's okay. So anyway, let me just tell the people about Jared. Dude, Jared, I'm trying to think of like the first time I ever saw you, I think was at the Improv for Midnight Snack, because my friend Avery.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, my friend Avery was on Midnight Snack, and that's how I met you and then the other dudes on there and stuff. And then I kept coming back. So the first time I saw you, I think I probably had the same reaction as most people. I was just like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? It was also like midnight, you know what I mean? It was like literally after midnight. There's like nobody in the fucking club, and they bring you on, and I'm like, what is going on? But then I kept seeing you for like, I don't know, like that show. I kept going to that show for like a month and saw you a bunch of stuff, and then I just saw you micing around, and then it started clicking. I was like, oh man, this guy knows what he's doing. First of all, it's like, because right, you see people on stage, and the first thing you want to figure out is like, is this on purpose, or is this like, or is this just a sad thing we're watching? Or are we watching the decline of somebody's mental health? You know what I mean? That's usually, that's a common thing. But like after you watch Jared a few times, and I think it's also, what's really funny, this is one of the things I got, was that, a lot of people project onto you shit, right? They just project because they don't know what to make of it. And I get it, because that happens to me. So they project onto you. But a lot of things, what happens is that the people who are not, I don't want to say like smart and dumb, but the people who aren't getting it, they fucking just write you off as this is what you are, because they just project whatever they think it is onto you. They're like, oh, he's retarded, or he's whatever, he's fucking crazy, or fucking whatever. But the people who do get it then are like, oh, okay, I see what it's like. There's actually a method to this whole, like, he's actually working on bits, guys. He's actually working on material, believe it or not. Yeah, he's actually a craftsman. I'll have you guys know, after years of watching Mr. Levin's work, I will have you know that he is a craftsman. And not only that he's actually a smart dude. He's actually like, you know what I mean? Like, he's actually got, stuff going on up there, and that actually is what fools. I bet it fools a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And they underestimate you.
You saved me, because remember that Facebook thing? Because that guy talks about politics. I got so angry.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I know. I know. Like, there was this Facebook thread where somebody said something and you commented, and then it's just like, yeah, people just assume you're a dumbass and have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, nah, man, he's right. Like, Jared is right. Listen to Jared, everyone. Like, it's about neoliberalism. Because he was all like, I don't get neoliberalism. Who's a neoliberal? How can they both be neoliberals? And then you were like trying to explain to him it has nothing to do with politics. And he couldn't even get that. He was just like, you're dumb, Jared.
Yeah.
That's his reaction.
he's a political comic, and he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Most of these motherfuckers who claim to be like, I'm a this and I'm a that, they actually have no fucking idea. That's why I don't trust people like that. That's why I trust people like you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I trust people like you who are like, who revel in like the chaos of like, I don't know what I'm talking about. You actually do know what you're talking about. That's the real thing. It's that. And it fucking tells me that you actually know what you're doing because you're separating comedy from life. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people can't do that. So they just kind of, everything just blends all. That's why fucking a lot of open micers become addicted to open micing because it's like therapy. You know what I'm saying? They're just using it for therapy.
Yeah.
They're not actually doing comedy. You know what I mean? They're just kind of having a support group, in a lot of ways. And if anything, you are not doing that. If anything, you are not looking for support or support group. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when I jump off the stool, that's a very emotional for me, okay?
That's what I'm saying. Guys, most hacks fuck the stool, but Jared fucking gets on top of it and jumps off of it and saves that. Who fucking does that? Who does that? And he's actually a professional surfer. That's the other thing. There's actually skill involved. It's like people think you're just some kind of wild clown who doesn't know what he's doing. You know what I mean? But you're actually a very skillful clown. I'll have you know.
Yeah, dude. I earned my red nose.
Fuck yeah, man. A lot of these motherfuckers, they drop out of clown high school, you know what I'm saying, and then just start open micing. But you fucking went to clown grad school, you know what I mean? Like, you're fucking, I don't know. Well, anyways, that's my summation, like, of how I saw Jared and what I think of it every time I see him. Well, now what's amazing to me is, and which I think is kind of like what part of good comedy is like, whenever I see you performing for people, I actually watch people too. Like, it's so much fun to watch people watching you. That is a huge, it's like a big part of, and I feel like that's fucking, that's why.
Watching people who've never seen me before.
or even the ones who have. That's even more fun. You know what I mean? Because they're just like kind of, some of them are just like, oh, not this again.
dude, yeah, I do. I can tell. Usually it's nerds from the east side.
Yeah.
With anger.
Yeah, because they're like, this is not comedy. You know what I mean? They're the people who are like super intellectual about it and like, whatever, man.
Or I don't talk about my sexuality for 7 minutes.
Yeah, or you tell some boring ass story about how your dad didn't buy you that thing you wanted, and that's supposed to be some kind of like huge thing. You know what I mean? I was just like, no one cares. Is this? I don't know. I feel like with a lot of, and fuck it, you're barely even talking about your own life, which is crazy as fuck anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
my dad's in jail.
Your dad? Wait, did
dude,
he
called me. Dude, he called me a couple weeks ago. He's like, yeah, right. I've been locked up since October, waiting to get extradited to the U.S.
Oh shit! He's in a Philippine jail?
Yeah, with a bunch of foreigners.
Oh, they stick the foreigners together?
Yeah, because my dad's like, the Philippines dismissed the charges, but the FBI is going after me.
Wait, so can you talk about any of this stuff yet? Because I remember when you told me,
I mean,
couldn't tell me.
Legally I can't, but it's like, dude, if you look up my dad on Philly.com, it's like,
oh, all right. Okay, what do we type in? What's his first name? Can you say? You can say first name. That's not like Craig. All right, Craig Levin, Philly.com, public record. Jared cannot say. Public record. There are some legal issues which prevent Jared from, I guess, ratting out his dad. So I understand. I'm not gonna make you do that. But
I'm no snitch.
Yeah, Jared ain't no snitch, especially Papa. He ain't gonna snitch out his dad, even though his dad's in the Philippines for questionable practices. Let's just say he's part of a long line of Jewish professionals for getting caught for a certain crime, and I'm not talking financial crime.
No. We're talking like Epstein, wine.
Yeah, what's
no,
that? The Steens. Yeah, like the Steens. You know what I'm saying? Not the Einsteins, but more like the Weinsteins. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
more like Jared Fogle.
Yeah, a little Fogel, more of a Steen type of thing, as opposed to, you know, your Madoffs or your, you know, whatever. Fucking.
It's a shade of gray.
You know, hey, if anything, I think it speaks to the virility of Jewish men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jewish men are out there, they're fucking, and they don't even really care what the rules are. They just seem to, you know, for a group of people who are stereotyped as lawyers, they don't seem to care about certain laws.
You know what's funny? I told Ben Horowitz, and Ben Horowitz like, damn, it's not easy for Jewish men right now.
Not in the sex, yeah, not sexually, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Which is weird because Jewish, they're never, like Jewish people, kind of like Asians as a whole, not a very sexual group of people. You know what I'm saying? They're not known as sexy people.
You could change your last name, though, you know, to make yourself look less Gentile-ish.
That's true. Or like de Blasio, I think. You know, Bill de Blasio is actually like a German guy. He's not even Italian. He changed his name to be like cool. You know, like,
yeah, so he could eat pussy.
Yeah, because he loves black pussy. So the easiest way to get some sweet African American pussy is to change your name to an Italian. So what's up, dude? How you fucking doing? How you hang? You can't surf, I imagine, right?
No, I can't.
Fuck, dude.
Or teach lessons.
You can't. So they closed the fucking beaches on you, basically.
Yeah.
You can't even go. Damn, dude.
All of LA County.
Shit. Fuck. So
There's
what are you
pockets in
doing now?
Malibu you can do, but
yeah. I bet some of the rich people. I bet there's some places. There's a lot of places where people are just like, fuck it, fuck it. I'll surf till I die. You know what I mean? Like people are just like, they don't care, dude.
yeah.
Do you? What are you up to? What are you fucking doing? Just fucking hanging out?
I just been getting high. Watching Netflix, playing video games,
fuck
get edibles.
Hell yeah. What are you watching, man?
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, dude, everybody has seen I feel like everyone's seen Tiger King.
Yeah, everyone's watching Tiger King, yeah.
I just finished it, but, you know, here's what's important. Yo, have you watched Cowboy Bebop?
Fuck yeah. Yeah. It's been a while.
All right,
Yeah.
Creators Cowboy Bebop made this anime called Carol and Tuesday, and it takes place in Mars. So maybe it's a prequel. I don't know. Anyway, they play music and shit, and I was high and I was just like crying the whole fucking time.
Wait, it's called Carol on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Dude, I love Cowboy Bebop was good, man. I was like, yeah, it's probably let's see, what's the last good anime I saw? I think it's probably One Punch Man. I saw a while back.
One Punch Man.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. I'm waiting for season 2 supposed to come out. I mean, season 2 is out, but it's not out here.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I love One Punch Man because I watch so much anime. It's just like a good parody. You know what I mean? It's just basically just like a parody of anime. It's fucking awesome. You're fucking getting high playing games. What do you play? I'm playing The Witcher, dude.
Oh, you're playing Witcher?
I'm playing The Witcher, bro. It's fucking great. I'm playing it on Switch, which is hilarious because it doesn't look great, but it's still
on a
fun.
Nintendo system where you're like decapitating people.
Yeah, you're like fucking witches and cutting off heads. It's pretty awesome. But it's fun. It's fun. It's actually like it's sort of like a sexy Skyrim or whatever. You know.
Yeah. So people in Skyrim, you get married once, but Witcher, you can fuck all the mythical creatures you want.
Oh wait, you can fuck the mythical creatures too? I didn't know that. Hell yeah.
Dude, I watched a video about, because I never played Witcher, but I watched Gerald getting the cards, because if you fuck a girl, you usually get a hookup card.
Oh. Oh,
Dude,
what? Okay, I'm not far enough in the game yet, man. Okay, all right. I got to keep playing. I got to put in more hours.
Yeah, come on, man. That's the point. You got to get the cards, man.
I haven't fucked a single non-real fake person. Or real person, actually.
By the way, I'm so horny. It's like bad. I don't know about you.
Dude, it's spring. Well, that's the thing. It's spring and everybody's locked up. And like people are like, and there's like once in a while you'll see a girl, like one girl outside if you ever get, because I have a dog, I can walk my dog, and I'll see one girl and you'll just be like, arr! You'll just turn into the wolf, dude. Right? It's nuts what happens when you're cooped up like this, dude.
Dude. I'm on a date. I'm on Bumble. I was talking to one girl. One girl was into me, right? And I
Yeah.
was just so horny. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I want you to bend over. I'm just like,
Oh man, I bet people are still hooking up too. Like people are still hooking up, and just you got to form your infection cluster. You know what I'm saying? If you like, you find someone you can shack up with, you gotta just stick together and fucking. If you get
dude,
it,
I've
you
been
get it.
trying. I live in a
I don't know. You
closet.
got good. Give it a week, man. It shit. The demand is gonna skyrocket. Are you kidding me? Like this is not gonna stop for another month at minimum. You know, at
Do,
least
do you
two.
think? Because the girl I was talking to, she thinks 6 to 8 months. I'm like, you misheard that. 2 months at most, I hope.
Well, I think there's no way to know. There's no way to know, right? There's no way to
Yeah.
know. The only thing we can do is guess on the last pandemic, and that shit had a fall season that was worse than the spring. So this shit could dip down, basically go to the southern hemisphere, and then come back during flu season next time. So that's what
Oh,
happened in 1918. So we could
yeah,
have a
that's
sweet,
true.
yeah. So we could have the like summer months to fucking get shit done and fuck and whatever, get everything done, do comedy, and then get locked down again in fall, man. Like that just could be it. You
But
know?
by the way, when you talked about my comedy, seeing me at the Improv, you made me look legit. And then as soon as you're like, I saw him at open mics, we're like, all right,
That,
what?
you know, look, comedy's over, man. Nobody even that we're. It's like well, us talking about that stuff is like talking about the long, long ago. You know, like we're talking about the time before the fall, man. Like all of it is amazing. Open mics, are you kidding? People would kill a fucking headliner, national headliner would kill right now for an open mic. Are you kidding?
Oh yeah.
People are jonesing so hard to fucking perform in front of people that I mean they're doing this fucking Zoom live stuff, which is
Have you
not at
done a
all.
Zoom mic?
Nah, because it's not
Looks
stand up. Yeah, it's
no.
not stand up. I'd rather just podcast or do this, be funny with people like this instead of trying to recreate, force something that isn't there,
I did Victor's garage mic. I mean, like I
Yeah,
said, I agree with you. I don't think it's stand up, but I haven't seen
yeah.
Victor, and I was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but that was like a hangout, right? That was like you were just hanging out with people.
yeah.
So I can see that. I don't mind that. I just don't think it's like it's too soon to figure out how to do the new version of stand up right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna take some time to fucking figure out what that is, and that might be live. We don't know, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's the same, It's just not the same. But like, fuck, I think I only have like a 40-minute limit on this, so I'm gonna keep track of time. All right, so I have about 20 minutes. I wanted to actually talk to you because
Oh, okay.
are about fucking geopolitics, man, because you're actually pretty well versed in this shit, unbeknownst to a lot of people. Fucking surprisingly to a lot of people. But like, what? First of all, what you studied this shit in school? Like, what did you study, man?
I studied like economics. I studied
Okay.
globalization. I studied a lot of political science.
All right.
I was always good in school. I was good. I was the guy who was
Yeah.
in my hand up. But
Hey, man.
until I did comedy, everyone thought I was.
Hey, I never doubted your Asianness, man. I never, yeah, I get that you're a good Asian school kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Except
like,
for
you
math. That
Yeah,
Asian part failed.
Me too. I'm the same way. I was really good at like social sciences. So I was a poli sci and psychology major.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
that's what I was interested in. And then, except I probably went to school. I went to school in the late '90s. So for me, it was all about. It was before. It was basically like pre or the middle of real neoliberalism. You know what I mean? It was like a
Yeah.
of it. So they were just talking about it, and they were just talking about how like it could be it'll be interesting to see what happens if all manufacturing comes from China. It was sort of like they're musing.
Oh, the
on,
manufacturing consent came out more. I mean, because I think he did that in the '80s, Chomsky.
Yeah. No, not manufacturing consent. I'm talking about like how the supply chain is all like.
Oh, okay.
China. And we weren't doing that in the '90s just yet.
No.
That was just that. But we did start doing it like after Clinton and during Obama and Bush or whatever. So like when did you go to school? Like what were the years you were going to school?
I was in like let's see, I graduated 2007, so probably like 2008.
Oh shit! So during the heydays of that shit, right before the crash.
Yeah.
So did you kind of see or foresee any of this shit that we're seeing now with like, because there's basically this bottleneck. I'm obsessed with the supply chain shit. So like there's this bottleneck right now, right? Like nothing can get out because China makes everything, and then they got sick, and so there's this whole thing going on. Like, did you sort of were they talking about that shit back then? Were they sort of being like, everything's cheaper, but is that good? Or, like, were they
well, all right.
about
So in economics, they're like, well, it's cheaper product. I'm like, that it's good. I'm like, I always thought it was weird because I'm like, you're gonna take our stuff we need.
Yeah.
I still, I don't think it's worth it for any type of money. I mean, that's my philosophy, and also.
But even back then, you were like, hey, maybe there's a downside to everything being cheap and being shipped in from overseas.
Yeah. I've always been skeptical. And then globalization kind of made me realize it. I'm like, oh my God, the global south. Ooh, whoops, sorry guys. That's why immigration happened. And,
well, like,
even with China, all this export, all this importing, all our basic goods and necessities, they come in.
Yeah, well, that's what's hilarious is because like people who know shit or they study the shit know like you, like they're like, it wasn't necessarily the wrong posture to take against China, before all this happened, the trade war or whatever, like Trump's stance toward China, like just all of that. It wasn't actually necessarily the worst thing to do, but it's just like it's not cool to say that Trump did anything right. You know what I mean? So everything's bad. Like everything's bad. But like we're literally in the middle of a situation where I heard like 95% of our medical shit, like including pharmaceutical, comes from China. So we're basically like even if we find a cure, like a vaccine or whatever, we're still fucking dependent on them, right? Like if they decide fuck you guys, they could just lock us out. Like just like we are with masks and fucking all the PPE shit. Like so, like do you fucking see? Not just us. I mean, I think definitely the U.S. because we were doing this before, but like basically a lot of the world kind of shifting their logistics and shit, like shifting away from this fucking plan they've had for a while.
Well, I mean, I hope so. I mean, but here's the thing: it's like every time we do something like this, I think we just choose to forget and then keep on, doing things that fuck us over. Like, you can't just fire down the people who are supposed to, prevent an outbreak before an outbreak happens.
Right.
But you can't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so mixed on that because I get it. We have a CDC, but the CDC has not necessarily been the most competent organization.
No.
So I'm also like, do these guys?
They fired half the staff. They're overworked.
Well, I know, but like, I'm just saying, like, they did fire the staff, and I don't think that was the best thing. But at the same time, as a government institution, I'm not sure having more staff and more money would have made them more competent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't give me any confidence. It's like, it makes me feel like other countries are doing way better than we are, either because they have an authoritarian government and they can just force everybody to do the thing, or they're just like opening up their market and just saying, have at it. Like, just go make, just fucking everybody do whatever you want and make it cheap.
That's
true.
But
we're not doing either. It's like we have a giant.
Well, we can't be tested either. We can't be tested.
It's like we got nothing, neither going on. So it's like we're not doing either well. It's like we either should just go totally authoritarian like China and just lock down cities to control it, or we should just be like, you know what? I want every fucking startup company out there just making tests and making them available to the public for as cheap as possible so that everybody gets tested. Like everybody. Like you know what I mean? Like, and really we should be doing both. But it's like we're doing neither, so I don't know. It's like it's kind of very interesting for fucking political nerds like us because this is a situation where it's like, well, philosophies are important at this point. Like, what do we actually do to fucking fix this, right? Who's it? The state? Is it the state? Is it the state or the fucking? Is it private enterprise? Like, who the fuck is it? Or is it both? Can they actually both work together?
Go back to Trump. I mean, the reason why he won was because he, what he does versus what he says in his campaign was saying, I'm bringing jobs back. I mean, did he know? But
yeah, exactly.
That's how we won. And, now I don't think the Democrats know or care. Definitely.
No, I don't. See, that's the thing. I feel like, if anything, the past 3 years to me has exposed that the Democrats, they don't actually care.
They really don't.
They don't give a fuck, dude, because there's all this evidence that came out that Congress like members of Congress knew about the shit in January, and then a few of them even made money off of it. Insider trading.
I love how it was bipartisan, by the way.
Yeah, it was bipartisan.
Are like,
Meanwhile, they were running impeachment. So the whole time they were running impeachment, right? They were fucking running the Senate trial. That's using our money doing that, right?
Yeah.
They were sitting on this fucking pandemic news, and motherfuckers are making a killing off of it in stocks because they saw the crash coming. Like, it's crazy. So, and then they're saying Trump has blood on his hands because he didn't do anything. But it's like they all do. They all have blood on their. That's the whole thing. It's like
they all have blood on their hands.
They all have blood on their hands. They all fucking do, and they all knew, and they're not doing shit. And they all voted in all these policies in the first place that that are fucking us right now. And on top of that, well, here's the whole thing that, the reason why I knew the Democrats were not serious is because while the House was impeaching Trump, they also passed his military budget and expanded the Patriot Act and the NDAA at the same time. So it doesn't make any sense. It's like, so you guys think this guy is a traitor to the country and is abusing his power. Meanwhile, you're going to expand his power.
Truman and Pelosi are great. So they're just, they're like people who pander to like audiences, where it's just like, all right, shame on you, and then they just vote for him, and it's just like, then I have someone telling me, hey man, what's wrong with the Oh, you also posted something. What's wrong with the corporate media? I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get less funny if I even think about it. I'm like,
at the same time, I feel like it's like it's not even hidden anymore. It's like,
no.
You know what I mean? The Democrats, the media, it's like, it's just just much out in the open. It's a huge grift. They're grifting the public. Like, even now with the stimulus thing, there's no talk about how, like, most of the stimulus is all going to businesses, the banks, and the rich.
Oh, you know what's great? This costs way more than it does the nationalized healthcare. And and I got so, because they post that Anderson Cooper thing where he asked Bernie about the healthcare thing. How are you going to pay for it? And when he starts answering, they cut him off.
Of course, because they don't care. They don't actually care. That's why this how will they pay for it is actually just bullshit. It's a bullshit tactic. But what's actually crazy is like how many regular people I know just parrot that and believe it. They go, how will they pay for it? How will they pay for it? Meanwhile, they don't ask. Dude, how are we paying for these fucking wars? You know what I mean? Like, how are we paying for? Nobody asked that, right?
Nobody asked that.
Nobody asked that. And then we just injected $6 trillion. We just printed $6 trillion and just threw it into the economy. And nobody asked anything about it. And something like a few hundred bill go to the people, right? A few hundred bill of that go to the people, and the rest go to fucking business, everybody else. Like, so it's just and who's going to end up paying for that? It's the taxpayers later on, right?
Yeah.
Just fuck it. So I don't know. I just feel like, so that's the reason I don't buy any of this like democratic bullshit of like.
Neither do I. I think it's so stupid.
I think they're totally grifting us. Just at least Trump is at least you expect him to grift you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least you're like, that guy's a con man. You can't trust that guy.
I mean, and it's entertaining because
at least he's funny.
He's like a parody of what we're getting.
At least there's no pretense of I'm a moral and just and good person that we're getting out of that. But I feel like with these other fucks on the other side, they're like acting like they're good. We're all good.
They're like they're like shame on you, and then they just like here go occupy Venezuela. Let's take out.
Yeah, Juan Guaido. Let's all clap for Juan Guaido, who nobody in Venezuela even knows.
Dude, that made me. I was so upset.
Right?
I had to like.
How are you actually? You're not even. To say that they're actually polarized is bullshit because they all got up and clapped for this fucking CIA plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. So even that's all theater. Even the idea that they're fighting each other, they hate each other, that's not true. Like, I bet you the corporate media, they honestly, they love Trump. They love him.
They do. It's great
money they've made. You know how much money they've made? You know how boring news would have been if Hillary became president?
Oh, yeah.
Hillary, because, the president, she's great. The president did this. No one would watch the news, dude.
Yeah.
Now the news is just like, the news is literally sending reporters up into the firing line to get yelled at by Trump. And then they turn back into a news story. That's their news story. It's like, Trump yelled at one of our reporters. Yeah, it's like, and people are eating it up, though. That's the whole thing.
Dude, they are. I know.
People are eating it up like Tiger King, more than Tiger King. It's like,
more than Tiger King.
but they're just no wonder Tiger King was a mere like little dollop, a morsel, a little scrap that they threw to the public. You know what I mean? Like this whole shit is such yeah, it's like you're saying.
I get. This is like every conversation I have with someone like Trump's bad. I'm like, dude, they're all fucking bad.
They're all bad. Like I mean, when you compare badness, I at least would rather have the bad guy I can see as a bad guy than the bad guy who tells me he's a good guy and then stabs me in the fucking back. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, like whoops, like a Joe Biden.
Yeah, and then at least that's like the like Kurt Metzger talks about how like it's like now it's like Trump is the guy who like he took the lizard mask off. He took the mask off, and the lizard people are mad at him. That's why they're mad at him, because he took the mask. They're like, we're supposed to have the mask on. That's the proper way of ruling the fucking scum. You know, that's the proper way of ruling these plebs. Like, if you gotta have the mask on, what are you doing? You know, and that's why they're mad at him. That's what I feel like is like the real thing.
Yeah, dude, that's why I do. Honestly, after this whole thing, then I just couldn't pay attention to politics anymore. I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm just like, we're fucked.
Like, well, fucking national politics has been a joke and is definitely a joke. But I feel like if anything, what this is, especially this fucking pandemic, what it's telling you is that you gotta really focus on the local shit. Like, what's the local guy? What's the mayor doing? You know, what's the guy?
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on our mayor. We have a homeless crisis, and he's like, let's do the Olympics.
What? Garcetti, where's he putting them? That's what I want to know. Where'd he put them? Wait, he put them all somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He's doing, I don't know. I mean, yeah, so, and it's actually crazy how, like, a lot of these, like, so-called liberal mayors are just fucking jumping at the bit to take executive power. You know what I mean? To be like, complete dictators, just be like, now I'm going to start arresting people for being.
Yeah. You know they have their Mussolini general uniform in the closet.
Well, it's like a crazy thing because like you can tell they all kind of have like political aspirations, so they're like bidding to run for president or governor. You know, they're showing their leadership or whatever. But it's also really telling how easily people are just like, here, take our rights, just take them. We're just fucking just throwing people out.
Your name, I trust you.
I mean, it's actually, I understand why there's so many conspiracy theories because it's like it is perfect.
Yeah,
it's fucking perfect. But
I understand. Especially if you don't understand how things work, it's easy to fall for some. I mean, and the lizard person thing is, the Illuminati thing is way more entertaining.
It's really totally entertaining. I mean, I think for me, my whole big thing is like I just don't believe in competence at that level. You know what I'm saying? It's like
no one's that competent.
Yeah, no. I mean, look, they couldn't even impeach Donald Trump like for 3 years. They threw everything at the guy and they couldn't impeach him. You're telling me they pulled off a global pandemic? You know what I'm saying? Like, like I just feel like they're all just opportunists. It's all fucking vampires and opportunists, and they'll just take every opportunity to suck up power and money.
Oh, I know. They're all just trying to figure out their brand.
I know, that's the thing. That's why, I mean, it's an interesting time because that means on the public level, it's a form of Darwinism going on now. You know what I mean? Because the government is basically saying, fuck you. We're not going to fucking give you your income for the rest of the year or whatever other countries are doing. So it's going to turn, I don't know. I mean, we don't know. It's going to be some form of survival of the fittest. Like, we have no idea what that's going to take, even in comedy, you know what I'm saying? Like, every industry, every facet of life is going to be a form of Darwinism now playing.
Yeah, dude. I know. I was auditioning for like, I auditioned for like a real TV show. I was actually getting like stuff before this shit happened.
Dude.
Like, I could have gotten a career.
So we should wrap up in a bit. What are you fucking doing now that you can't do shit? Are you doing any are you doing shit on your Instagram? Are you doing shit is there a place where people can see the comedy stylings of Jared Levin? Is there anywhere where they can fucking
I just been I once in a while I'll post a story.
All right. So
dude, I downloaded TikTok, but I can't.
Oh shit, you're going on there? Yeah, you're young. I can't do it, man. For me, that's dude. That's the first step. That's the next step to Anthony Bourdating myself. You know what I'm saying? For a guy my age, like, you see me on TikTok.
Yeah. You're like, what are you doing on TikTok?
Yeah, if I'm on TikTok, pray for me, man. But you can still pull it off. you're still at that. You got
Dude,
that Asian 30s thing. You know what I'm saying? You can pull it up, right?
Dude, I shaved, and this is like, it's gonna work. Because they'll think I'm younger.
You can do it, man. You can fucking do a little dance. You can fucking do surfing lessons or some shit. You can fucking.
It's so humiliating, though. I'm just like,
that's why it's not for. If you're over 30, it's just not good. It's sad.
Dude, it's just like they play like every shitty auto-tune song I can't stand.
No, and then you got to do a little dance, and then you got to do that whatever the meme is to it. You got to do the meme. You know, you got to show you're cool. But dude, as a person
like
in your 30s, people in their 30s and 40s, they're already like 2 weeks behind memes. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you're gonna catch up to these fucking memes, man. You can't fucking. All right. So what's their Instagram handle? Where can they? What is it?
It's my name spelled backwards. Daraj Neville.
Daraj Neville. DREVERAJNEVIL at Instagram.
That's
Find
right.
him, folks. Find his motherfucker. He's funny as fuck. Find him. Follow him. When we get to come out, when we get to poke our heads out, if we do, fucking try to find this guy, man, because he's funny as fuck.
Is comedy coming back, or is it?
I mean, comedy will not, just like the virus, it's going to mutate. You know what I'm saying? Comedy will mutate into a form, you know, and then it might come back when we're allowed out again. But something's going to happen. You know?
Shit.
Yeah, dude. Well, fucking hang in there, brother. Fucking hope you fucking.
You too.
Yeah, man. Fucking hang in there, man. Fucking collect those. Get that government money. Try to get
I'm
that
trying.
government money. Yeah, I'm trying to, dude. Okay, apply for that shit.
Oh, that's the other thing they don't mention. Making it as hard as possible for private contractors.
Yeah. Why can't they just
Everyone
fucking
in the gig
unload the
economy.
money gates like they did with Wall Street, right? Like, and just unload it. Yeah, well, anyways, whatever, man. Fucking, anyways, dude, fucking, all right, man. I'll catch you on the flip side, dude. Fucking, I'll hopefully talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, brother. Fucking, thanks for doing this, man.
Of course.
Thank you, man. All right.
No problem.